Hey everyone, my name is Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today we are going to talk about the Fun Size Book Club pick for August of 2024. So I put a poll out on my channel last week, when I was trying to figure out what book to pick because picking books is always hard. I always try really hard and think about this all month long of what book we're going to read. And it's a lot of pressure, you guys. It's a lot of pressure. I put out a poll to ask if you had wanted to read a fantasy or a romance. Fantasy romance or contemporary romance. The reason I ask is because I have been reading like solely contemporary right now as I'm drafting my book. I was trying to finish the end of this draft and I could not focus on other people's fantasy. So I was only reading contemporary. That's been fine for me. But y'all want fantasy and I finished my draft. So I can move forward. Y'all want fantasy. I have gotten some comments in the past about starting lots of series. And so I was like, I'm going to try to find a fantasy standalone. So that's what I did. So we are going to read a fantasy romance standalone. I'm excited to read it. And I had another friend, an in real life friend, talk about how there's not really mermaid romances. So I kind of was determined to find a mermaid romance. So here we are, standalone mermaid romance. And this is actually a dark fantasy romance retelling of The Little Mermaid mixed with Pirates of the Caribbean. So right up my alley. So for Fun Size Book Club in August of 2024, we will be reading A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Halley. So let me read you the synopsis. Princess Marin is a woman with a secret. 10 years ago, she sold her soul to the sea witch Idonia, giving up a life underwater in exchange for the love of Prince Eric on land. But after a decade of abuse and misery inflicted by the cruel prince, Marin wants nothing more than to leave him and her royal role behind and find Idonia to reverse the spell. An opportunity for escape presents itself when the prince and princess are traveling overseas and are taken hostage by a band of notorious pirates, led by the fearsome Captain Ramsay Bones Batista. Marin has heard the sordid stories about the infamous pirate. Not only is his ship supposedly haunted and crewed by the damned, but that no prisoners ever survive. Fortunately for Marin, she learns that the captain also has a score to settle with the sea witch. With any luck, Marin may be able to get her old life back, even if it's being held in the captain's wicked hands. But Ramsay gets more than he bargained for when he learns who and what Marin is, and that her appetite for revenge, freedom, and bloodlust rivals his. Meanwhile, Marin finds herself falling for the pirate's dark nature, even as she discovers that Ramsay has a secret more deadly than her own. When it comes to the high seas, not all monsters lurk beneath the surface. Okay, now I gotta go watch Pirates, you guys. I've seen Ariel a million times recently, so I don't need to watch that one. Yeah, it's time for some Pirates of the Caribbean. I am excited about this book. I've been avoiding certain themes in books recently, if that gives you any sort of hint as to why I've been avoiding them. I've talked about it already a little bit in this video. So we're going to take a chance on this one and we're going to read this book. And hopefully I will be able to say more pretty soon. If you've been following my author profile, not that I'm trying to shamelessly plug myself right now, but if you've been following my author profile on Instagram, author Amanda Breyer, you will have more updates about things. Yes, there's reasons why I have not been reading certain books and certain types of books. So if you have suggested them to me recently, I'm sorry. I have reasons, but we're going to throw in a little pirate for you guys right now. Okay, just a little bit. I hope you were as excited for this book as I am. As always, I will put a link for it down in the description below. And our book club discussion will be on Wednesday, August 28th at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I thought I said it wrong for a second, and I needed to make sure I said it right. Wednesday, the 28th, 5:30 Pacific Time. I'm in California, so Pacific Time. I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys read it. I hope it's a great standalone. Thanks for joining Fun Size Book Club for yet another month, and I'll see you guys later.